It means for me to empower users to develop and innovate their own products, services and goods. And it's also interesting to see about their motives and the kind of interaction, and also how to benefit from the knowledge and experience they have.
We traditionally think that innovation starts with a problem, and so I'm sort of undermining that definition, right? I'm saying that instead it seems that innovation can actually happen as we explore the world. We don't necessarily need to have a problem.
User innovation for me is an opportunity to increase the value of overall innovation, because it's so very human-centered, especially with patients. And to bring forward new promising innovations.
It's an important stream in innovation research and theory as such, and it's also a growing thing with regards to its practical relevance, I would say, because today more and more people get connected and have through, for example, the internet and other means, opportunities to collaborate and exchange ideas and concepts, and so things have massively speeded up, and this also offers opportunities for user innovators and innovation communities and everybody who wants to basically develop stuff and present stuff and offer solutions.
So user innovation for me, as well in the context of patients, is such a huge potential. So these people really understand their situation, and they should be the ones creating these innovations, or at least should be a part in innovation processes.
My background is as a cognitive neuropsychologist, so I'm really interested in the questions of mechanism of why individuals choose either to be innovative or not innovative. My most recent project has been with Eric von Hippel and Ruth Stock on need-solution pair, which is a new form of innovative solution finding. So very briefly, the idea is that sometimes when you come into contact with an object, you contemplate that object's function, and that function is actually seen as a solution to something maybe you didn't, to a problem you didn't know you had. So instead of the solution coming from a problem statement, instead it seems to be coming from an interaction with an object, and this primacy for us to understand function.
I'm working for a market research company named Ipsos, and I have the pleasure to be here to introduce the work that I've been doing with Eric von Hippel from the MIT around the idea to use latest advancements in machine learning technique to discover user innovations as they arise very openly in the web, and utilizing the web as an ecosystem to discover and also diffuse innovations.
I work in the area of user innovation, and I am concerned about the definitions used to advance this activity, innovation being one of them. So I follow the literature on this subject.
My research specifically looks at software developers who contribute all of their private time and resources into developing something that's open source, which is contrary to traditional economics, where people have to appropriate some sort of value for what they're doing. So this seeming paradox is going to be the topic of my research.
The area of my research is related to public understanding of science and public engagement with innovations.
Most of my research is about trying to understand how the way that you break up a system design problem affects who can solve it. And that's how I wandered into this open and user innovation space. So I work a lot with NASA, and they've been very, very interested over the last 10 years of how they can use these different kinds of tools to get engagement broadly, but also potentially get really good ideas from outside of the traditional players. And so I've been helping them think about how they can do that, what kind of problems make sense, how they can decompose their systems better to make it more broadly accessible. And so here I was presenting a first set of data from a field experiment we've been running with them over the last 3 years to really try to understand what the capability of the crowd is for their kinds of problems.